Hello, and welcome to another video game story time with me, Sky Fellowship. These are the kinds of videos I actually worry about making a little bit, because I do own the game on the PlayStation. I know obviously a lot of people who emulate things say that, but I do own the game. I have a PS5 sitting next to me. I never use the fucking thing, to be honest, because why the fuck would I? Oh yeah, this is a rant video. Like, get ready, because this one's going to be a lot. I am fully aware. I'm also going to turn the volume down because I've just thought the game's spiking in volume. So, during the PlayStation 4 era, I had a group of friends that I was playing Destiny with. That video will have gone up at some point, which, tiny bit of housekeeping before I get too sidetracked, because I forgot to mention this about 5 videos in a row. And this one's going to be going up sooner rather than later. I've been dealing with some medical issues, which you'll hear that every now and then in certain videos, same as how the tech issues and that, because of how I record videos. I end up recording in batch days, and then I end up saying things and forgetting that I've said them in other things. It's the whole way that my brain works. But I realised that at the moment of recording this, I think this is the 44th video that I'll have actually stockpiled while I've been ill and unwell and unable to do anything but play games, and because my voice has been fine and that, I've ended off recording. So I have been uploading videos 2 every Sunday at the moment. I think I'm going to start upping that to 2 every Wednesday, 2 every Sunday, and obviously at the time you're watching this will have gone up on a Friday, because that's actually the day I'm recording it. Because I'm recording this in direct response to something Sony's done. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to remembering that I actually need a keyboard to enter the name on this. And yeah, as I was saying earlier though, I do own the game. So I am obviously using a PC here, but I do own the game. And I would absolutely love to be able to own the game on the PC. You know, like legally. I'd love to be able to buy a modern day port. Like, I don't want to say HD remaster, the game was already in HD, but you know what I mean. Like, I'd love to be able to just buy that and enjoy my time with it and have fun and, like, have a version that doesn't, like, freeze and crash and have little issues. Like, this is kind of as good as it can get at the moment. I think they're still working on it. But it is a pretty damn good emulation of it. But I'd like an actual official one. But that's not going to happen, is it? Because Sony just shut Blue Point Studio. And that's what's prompted this video. And I am going to now quickly go back to during the PS4 gen, the social group I had. I was really pissed off. And I kept saying to these people, you do realise Sony's going to be really fucked next gen, right? It's like, oh, what the hell are you talking about? They've got this. It's like, no. They don't have all of these franchises. They've just shut down this studio that makes Wipeout. They shut down this studio that makes... Like, I went through the entire fucking list. I wish I had the list here prepared, but it would probably take 2 hours to read through just everything that they've shut down, killed off, and got rid of. I am about to say something that might piss some people off. Astrobot is not a celebration. Okay? Astrobot at no point is a celebration of Sony franchises or properties. Astrobot is a fucking wake. It is oh my god, look at all the stuff that we used to make that we just simply do not fucking make anymore. So during the PS4 gen, I kept saying this was coming. I said Sony are going to be genuinely so fucked for the PS5, I'll be amazed if they even have 10 games out by the first 2 years or something, or first 3 years. What, the PS5's in its 6th year now, I want to say? I think we're entering year 6. It still, I don't think, has 10 first-party games. Like, Sony just don't release fucking anything at the fuck all. They've got Wolverine and Saros rated as coming out this year, and I think that's it. Yeah, like, they don't make games anymore, because all they do is shut people down. They shut studios down. They shut everything down. They just don't fucking make anything anymore. And even worse is, all they do when they do make stuff is port The Last of Us. Another controversial take coming here. I loved the story of The Last of Us. I hated the gameplay of The Last of Us. I don't know if I just got very unlucky. And I wish I would have been able to do videos back in the day. during the break, I wanted to come back just to shit on The Last of Us. I had so many videos saved on my PS4 of Ellie walking into enemy AI and them just not reacting, of so many glitches, of bugs. There's a section where you fight in a street and an enemy got trapped behind a bus, and the enemy could kill me, but I couldn't kill the enemy, and I had to restart that checkpoint 5 fucking times, and that's a really long, grindy fight, and it was always the final enemy would get stuck behind that bus. I had to restart that thing 5 fucking times before I finally cleared it. The Last of Us, I'm so glad it turned into a TV series. I will never, ever, ever recommend anyone to play that fucking game. Go watch the first season. Just do that, you'll be fine. You'll have a better time, because you won't have to suffer through the fucking gameplay of that game. And yet, that's the only thing they ever bother to port anymore. They give us The Last of Us, and then they give us The Last of Us Remastered, and then they give us The Last of Us HD Super Ultra Turbo Remix Mega Edition, and then they give us The Last of Us 2, and The Last of Us 2 Remastered, and The Last of Us 2 Ultra HD Mega Edition. And I wouldn't be surprised, at the time of recording, if at this moment in time Sony is sitting there thinking, how can we find another way to release The Last of Us? And I wouldn't put it past them to just release it as one game, but still charge the price of 2 games, and they'll call it The Last of Us Saga. You get part 1 and part 2, and instead of rolling credits on part 1, it cuts straight into the start of part 2. I genuinely would not be surprised, because that's the only thing they actually seem to give a fuck about. It's been so long since I played the start of this that I'm trying to remember how to actually exit. It's here, isn't it? Yes. So yeah, I seen all of this coming, and I hate that I seen it all coming. I told everyone that this was going to happen, and I also kind of figured Xbox might have their shit a little bit more together because of how many studios they bought. It turns out even Xbox couldn't get their shit together this gen either. And now that they've gone basically Sega, they've done a Sega, is the only way I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised if we never see another Xbox again, or if we do, it'll be like some bullshit, everything's an Xbox, but nothing's an Xbox thing that they're doing at this moment in time. I'm so exhausted with Microsoft to continue with this, especially considering this is supposed to be about Sony and all the fucking issues I've got with them. So yeah, I'm really fucking getting sick and tired of Sony. I'm really getting sick and tired of Sony being defended by people, and I don't think there are that many defenders left anymore. Like, I'm noticing even the most ardent defenders are like, you know what? Even we're starting to get a little bit fucking done. And I think Bluepoint is one of those final straws for a lot of people. Because Bluepoint, the reason I bring it up, the reason I'm doing Bloodborne today, Bluepoint, as you may know, were kind of like their port studio. They would do, funnily enough, not The Last of Us, so maybe that's why they got shut down. As far as I'm aware, they didn't do The Last of Us games. Maybe they did the PC port, I don't know. The PC port was a fucking train wreck, to say the least. Hey, maybe they'll do The Last of Us train wreck edition. Anyway, I really need to stop harping on about The Last of Us. They did the Demon's Souls remake for the PS5, which never hit the PC. Still, it's like, really? Really? You can't even give us that? Okay, fine. They did the Shadow of the Colossus remake, and those are the 2 notable ones that I can remember at this moment in time. So, if any studio was going to handle Bloodborne, kind of feels like it was going to be Bluepoint, you know? It really does feel like it should have been Bluepoint. But no, instead, at best, we have a bunch of very dedicated people making this fucking game again on the PC, and it does run pretty well, but I do have a very beastly PC. But it does have issues, it does have freezing moments. It's definitely not in a state that I would consider very playable, at least not for your first experience. Like, if you know the game inside and out, which I actually don't, if you know the game inside and out, I think, and you just want to like replay it and you want to get a better frame rate or add some ultra wide support, if you're like me who likes ultra wide monitors, then yeah, it's a good thing. But I think there's still a little bit of work to go on the whole emulation of it, because yeah, and here again I am once again frozen in place. And playing a game like this where your reaction times matter so much, and to get that sort of weirdness is not the best. But yeah, I'm really flabbergasted at every corporation these days who seems to think, you know what, the way to get more money is to fire everyone and cancel everything. I mean, to quote Dodgeball, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out for them, or works out for them. It might be. It's been a while since I watched that film. I just remember Jason Bateman being in absolute mood in that film, and that gif, that meme, that section of the film has like aged so beautifully. It's unbelievable. It gets used in so many scenarios because companies doing stupid dumbass shit, then resulting in stupid dumbass shit hurting them. And it's like, wow, who would have ever seen that coming? Let's just shut down all of your franchises. Twisted Metal. Anyone remember Twisted Metal? Oh, I love Twisted Metal. There's a TV show for Twisted Metal. No fucking game to play. There's a TV show, though. No game. Yeah. There's about 15 Horizon things being in the works. Because that's what Guerrilla needs as a studio. I'm not the biggest fan of Guerrilla, to be honest. I liked maybe one of the Killzone games. Oh, remember Killzone? Remember how that was one of like their flagship franchises? Yeah, Killzone's dead now, innit? That's never coming back. And if it is, it mightn't be Guerrilla, because, I mean, how can you work on a Killzone game when you're making Horizon 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, a 3-player co-op one, mobile one, like... Wow, they're really milking Horizon. Horizon's the most mid of mid games as well. And it's not just because it came out alongside Zelda. I played through all of Horizon 1. So, which one was 1? Was the one Zero Dawn? Zero Dawn, yes. And I'm like, this is a serviceable game. This is a perfectly serviceable 6 out of 10 game. It's got some great acting in it. It's got some very generic cookie cutter story of first, like, gamers' first apocalyptic story of humanity being arseholes. Like, it's so by the numbers, it's unbelievable. Second one I didn't even play. I played it for like 10 hours. I'm visually impaired. I have never, ever struggled in a game so much as Forbidden West. The bullshit of how to navigate that map, of not being able to climb on anything I want, of being only able to navigate the map in the way that it wanted me to, but then it didn't have any of the visual language that associated with, oh yeah, you're supposed to be able to climb this, you should come up and over here. I turned on so many accessibility features in that game because they actually added a bunch where it's like add yellow outlines to things and so many things like that. I still seriously struggled with my vision to actually see at any one point where I was supposed to be going in that game. So I didn't even finish that one. And I don't see me ever going back to Horizon. I don't like the franchise. It's just not for me. And that's okay. If it's for you, great. If you enjoy it, great. But at the same time, are you the kind of person who sits there genuinely thinking, what I need in my life is 15 more Horizon games? I severely doubt it. What the fuck are Sony up to? Like, seriously, what the fuck are they up to? Do you remember when Insomniac used to make things other than Spider-Man? I'm not shitting on Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I love Insomniac's version of Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 was rushed to fuck, and I had so many broken bugs and glitches that it kind of ruined parts of the game. The final fight was just horrific for me. I need to actually go through it again on the PC to see if they've eventually fixed it, because I don't want to spoil the actual game for anyone. So I'm just going to say there's a mechanic that enters into one of the phases, and the mechanic just didn't work for me. And the mechanic is how you deal massive damage to the boss. So I just had to grind that fight out, because thankfully you could do that. You could ignore the mechanic. It wasn't something where you had to do it. So it's not like the boss is invincible until you throw this at him. No. It was throwing this just deals massive damage. But you can grind it out. You can go smack, and just take an hour to do the fight. It wasn't an hour. It felt like an hour. It was probably closer to like 15 minutes. Note to self, don't take your hand off the controller to scratch like your nose when there's an enemy coming at you. But yeah, Insomniac used to make games other than Spider-Man and Wolverine though. They used to make Resistance. Could we get a new one of those? Not from Insomniac. They're busy. I get they're busy. But maybe, instead of shutting Blue Point, maybe you could have just like done a touch-up of the Insomniac Resistance trilogy, you know? Maybe we could have got a Wipeout remaster. Maybe we could have got fucking anything. Anything at all. Sony, what the fuck? You have a company that exists only to make money. You don't give a fuck about fans. We know this. All of us know this. All of us are finally starting to wake up. Those of us who didn't know it are finally starting to wake up to the fact of class consciousness, where corpos only care about money. The people who run them only care about money. They don't care about the human beings in their lives. They especially don't care about the products. They don't care about anything at all other than making money. How is cancelling everything and shutting everything down making you more money? I don't understand. Make it make fucking sense. I don't know what else I can even rant about here. Like, I knew going in I wasn't going to have an end game to this rant. I just needed to get this off my fucking chest, and part of it was so that I could actually explain the whole channel update side of things. I want this video to go up today. And I was sitting here, and genuinely yesterday, when I was trying to think of something to do, so like, I'm like, okay, what can I put up on Friday? What, like, I've got all of these videos, but I need to actually, I would like to do something topical for a reason. And Sony gave me the best topical reason that they could possibly give me by shutting fucking Bluepoint yesterday. I'm so fucked off with them as a company. I'm so fucked off with all of them. They're still better than Microsoft, but that's mainly because of reasons that I don't want to mention that will probably get me sued. But yeah, Microsoft, really, really not a good corporation. Never have been, never will be. Especially the people who are the reason Microsoft exists, shall we say. Again, trying not to say anything at all. If you know, you know. And you probably do know. But this gives me enough legal grey area that I don't even need to say allegedly. You know? Yeah. So, by that point, they're doing a little better. Do you know who is actually doing better? Genuinely? And this might piss some people off. I'm a Nintendo fan. I'm not a Nintendo defender. I am pissed off with so many things that Nintendo do as well. From raising the game prices to this, that, and the other. I would love to see the amount of shit that Nintendo got for charging, I want to say £60 in the UK and $80 for Mario Kart World for all of these devs to get for just all of their decisions. Because do you know the one thing that Nintendo's doing? Yeah, they're raising prices. And in the case of tariffs and the Switch 2 and the AI RAM apocalypse, whatever they're calling it, prices are going to go up again. No, almost none of that is Nintendo's fault. Because as much as everyone is shitting on them for raising the prices, if you haven't figured where I'm going out yet, this might shock you. Name me a single studio recently that Nintendo has shut down. Name me a single franchise they've cancelled. Yes, we all would love a new F-Zero. Yes, we all would love Kid Icarus Uprising to come back. Yes, all of us. Every last one of us. Every human on the planet would like Kid Icarus Uprising. Sakurai, if you are somehow watching this, I swear it's not just me. All of us. Do a consensus. I promise you, it'll sell more than one copy. Maybe. It might only sell one copy. It might just be me on that one. I fucking love that game. But yes, we would love some of these franchises to come back. But Nintendo don't really shut studios down. They've done a couple. I know they've done a couple. I know they did, the company that did their Mario RPGs, I think, was the last one they did, but that was years ago. Nintendo raising prices doesn't feel like oh, we're gonna be greedy here. It feels like the economy's fucked, and we've kind of got a history from when Iwata did this, and actually took a pay decrease to make sure that he didn't have to fire people. That technically hasn't happened here. The people running Nintendo aren't up to his level. But at the same time, they're not shutting studios left, right, and centre. They're not cancelling franchises. They're not cancelling games. They're not if them raising prices is what they have to do in order to keep people in fucking jobs in this industry, creating games, being creative, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it might mean I buy less games. Yeah, it might mean that certain games like Mario Tennis is not worth the money that they're charging, because it really isn't. But if that's the sort of thing that they have to do to stop them turning around and going, we're going to shut down this, we're going to shut down that, we're going to shut down this, hey, that game you were looking forward to, you'll never fucking see it again. If that's what they have to do to keep this going, because at this moment in time, they're the ones getting the most shit. And they're the only ones I can actually praise even slightly. Because I'm really looking forward to the fact that every single month, Nintendo has something coming out. They do. And with the Switch one, it was easy to do because they would do a new game and then a port of a Wii U game. And we're running out of those Wii U ports. Obviously, there's, again, a couple of notable ones that people are angry that they haven't been ported yet, like the Zelda collection and stuff like that. But at the same time, they were still releasing stuff, and they've still got some things to release that they could port. They're also doing Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games. And then they're also releasing new games. And for the most part, it tends to be like, you get either a new game or a new Switch 2 edition. Or sometimes both, like in the case of we got Mario Tennis and then a Switch 2 edition of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Like, they're releasing content. They're releasing things every month. They're giving us a reason to use our technology. I wasn't lying when I said my PS5 never gets used. What the fuck comes out for it? What's there to actually play on it? I'll probably play Wolverine because I can't be bothered. Well, I will play it and buy it on the PC as well because I am a PC gamer at heart. I absolutely love the ability to get 60 frames and 4K resolution, although my monitor isn't 4K, it's ultra wide, it's the whole 3440 by 1440, like, it's not technically 4K, but it's not technically 2K thing. You know what I mean? I'm getting onto the tech side of things that I don't need to get onto. I will buy Wolverine and play through it again, but at this moment in time, I'm like, I can wait for Saros. I waited for Returnal. There's not really any franchises that Sony have that make me go, you know what, I want to get that day one. I waited for Ghost of Tsushima, and Ghost of Tsushima was such a jaw-dropping game. I only played it on the PC, but because I have access to a PS5, I was curious. And I did this with Forbidden West as well. I launched those games. They're two of the most graphically beautiful games I've ever played. Like, I could not believe how stunning both those games were. And then I put them on the PS5. And yes, this was before the Pro came out. And no, I don't own a Pro. Why the fuck would I? I don't use my PlayStation. The only way I can describe it to people, and I'm not trying to say this as a graphics snob thing or anything, look at my channel. Like, seriously, look at the videos I was putting up 17 years ago. I still think the likes of IK Plus looks amazing, and I bought that collection on the PC. I will play old-looking games. The PS5 versions of those games look like Switch versions to me compared to how much better they look on the PC. So when Yotai came out, I'm like, I really enjoyed Tsushima. I would like to play Yotai, but I would also like Yotai to not look like ass. So I'm going to wait until the PC version comes out. Wolverine, there's a thing here. He's one of my all-time favourite anti-heroes. He's one of my all-time favourite characters. He's got severe trauma and PTSD and memory issues like myself. He's gone through a lot of major issues. He's never had anyone he can count on. Everyone screwed him over, including his closest friends and brothers. Like, I vibe so much with Wolverine, it's unbelievable. I will want to play that game day one because the game actually looks like they're doing the PTSD angle really fucking well. That's going to be the first time I use my PlayStation since Alan Wake 2 came out. Seriously. And I only did that because fuck the Epic Game Store. And eventually I got to the point where fuck the PlayStation so much that I've now bought Alan Wake 2 again, despite having to use Epic Game Store, just so I could play the DLC. Which I haven't done yet, but I plan to do it in order to set up for Control. But yeah, it's like, Sony doesn't excite me anymore. Nothing about their corporation, that anything excites me. I'm so fucking done with them. And I know that's obviously a personal thing. And again, if you're still defending them and still like them, go for it. You do you. But I'm just so fucking sick. I didn't even buy my PS5. This is the other thing I was about to say. I'm not going to buy the PS6. And people might be like, oh, well, if you were saying this with a PS5, why did you buy it? I was given it. Someone bought a PS5. Didn't manage to get the disc version. So only got the digital. And then when the disc version finally came in stock, he bought that. And he's like, I don't need two. Take the digital one. And then he went and upgraded to the Pro as well. So I literally got it for free. And have played and beat Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, and Alan Wake 2 on it. And that's it. Because I didn't want to get Demon's Souls because I kept waiting for the PC version. And now it's at the point of, well, I don't think I'm getting the PC version. Because Bluepoint, you know, just got shut down. But do I also want to go out and reward Sony by buying a Bluepoint game after they've already shut the studio? It's not as if me buying that fucking game is going to have them turn around and go, oh, Sky Fellowship's now buying games again for our system. You know what? We'll unfire all of these people. That's not going to happen. I'm so fucking done with capitalism. I've always been done with capitalism. I've hated it ever since I was a child. I have never understood why fictional, made-up fucking money is more important than people's lives. But that's the way it is. It always has been. We used to be hunters and gatherers. And then we became hunters, gatherers, and capitalists. I know fine well one of those things is not natural. The hunting and the gathering, that's pretty natural. It's survival. The capitalism side of things, not fucking natural. I'm just fucking done. This has been Sky Fellowship. Fuck Sony so much. And I know I shouldn't be saying that on a thing where they might come for me. Because, again, I own the game legally. And as far as I'm aware, legally, I'm allowed to play a ROM emulated version of a game that I actually fucking own. So, yeah. And I would own it again, just as a reminder, Sony, if you ever fucking released the game on the PC, officially, because I don't want to play this version. I actually haven't. I only got this just so I could do the fucking video of it. And even then, as much as this runs janky, it still at least has 60 FPS, unlike the fucking PS4 version. So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a better day than I'm currently having, because this is going to be a rage day for me. Thankfully, I've got Olympic hockey soon. Until next time, bye. Oh, it's not going to let me close the video, it seems. Right, now it's going to let me. Sorry about that. Bye.